What can we expect next month? Here to discuss is Chairman of the Committee to Defend the President, Ted Harvey. Ted, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
You bet. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
So now that it's been set, let's take a look at the 10 candidates who have qualified under all these conditions that the DNC set. What do you think we can expect?
Well, I think this is going to be fireworks in this one because there are so many candidates at the top. You have Biden and Harris and Sanders. They're going to be fighting each other now to try to take over, and I think you're going to see some fireworks. But I think in the end, all Biden has to do is keep his mouth shut and not make any mistakes and play prevent defense, and he's going to win because he's so far ahead.
Yeah, let's take a look, as you were just saying, at two of the latest polls. This is the USA Today and Quinnipiac polls, which show Biden back in the lead. Yesterday, we were talking about this poll that was going around, this Monmouth poll, where Biden, Warren, and Sanders were basically tied at the top. But we see Biden back in the lead here, Harris, Buttigieg down there at, what, 4 and 5, fourth and fifth place. But the top 10, we can bring up the qualifications that they all had to pass in order to, meet the threshold to qualify. They had to earn donations from 130,000 people, at least 4 polls showing them at 2% or more. Those had to be 4 national polls. But, we have Kirsten Gillibrand, who has now dropped out. She dropped out yesterday. We have Tulsi Gabbard, who did not make it for this round. And she's saying, the DNC needs more transparency. What do you think about that?
Well, I think she's a pretty spectacular candidate, actually, and I think she's the one that took on Harris and brought her down in the polls from being one of the top contenders to now being and also ran. I think that the Democrats, it's a tough situation because they have to whittle down the field. Somehow, they had 20 in the last debates. Now they have 10. I can't blame the Democrats for doing it, but some candidates like the Congresswoman are not going to be in, and that's a shame, I think, for the American voters.
The left also ramping up its rhetoric, slamming the Trump administration for moving FEMA funds to the border, but not hearing about this. There are reports that President Obama did the same exact thing, and we can pull that up as you continue to talk about it. President Trump in 2019 moving $155 million. But look back in 2014, way more moved by Obama, 267.6. So what about this?
Well, that's exactly right. I'm glad you brought that up because I have on my phone here, I was going to read you a quote from the White House in 2014 where the administration was blaming Congress for not doing anything and therefore having to divert money away from FEMA to bring down to the border. This is a continual issue where the Congress is dragging their feet, not doing anything. The Democrats are actually the ones creating the crisis down on the border, but then they blame the president when he's using disaster relief funds, emergency relief funds to go down and solve the problem. The Democrats are the ones that own this, and the president's going to, I believe, wrap it around their neck and tell the American people that this is a problem the Democrats need to solve.
Yeah, and you were saying what the Obama administration said back in 2014. Here is a statement from FEMA. Now they're saying this transfer of funds to support the border emergency will leave a remaining balance of $447 million in the DRF base account. This amount will be sufficient to support operational needs and will not impact ongoing long-term recovery efforts across the country. So important to get that statement out there. Ted, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Very busy morning. We appreciate it.
You bet. Thank you. God bless. Have a great day.
All right, you too. The time now is about 18 minutes after the top of the hour. And could the bromance